Light is the fastest thing in the universe. Nothing you will ever see, touch, or dream about can outrun it. It blazes through the vacuum of space at exactly 299,792,458 meters per second. That number, 299,792,458, is one of the most precisely measured constants in all of science. And then there's this, the Great Pyramid of Giza. Built over 4,500 years ago, the last surviving wonder of the ancient world. Now, what if I told you that pyramid is sitting on a very specific number? The latitude of the Great Pyramid of Giza is 29.9792458 degrees north. Let that sink in for a second. The speed of light, 299,792,458 meters per second. The pyramid's latitude, 29.9792458 degrees north. The exact same sequence of digits. 9 digits. Shared, apparently, between a fundamental law of the universe and the most famous building ever constructed. When people first stumbled across this, the internet lost its mind. And honestly, you can't blame them. Let's appreciate what the ancient Egyptians actually built here. The Great Pyramid was constructed around 2560 BC. It contains over 2.3 million stone blocks, some weighing up to 80 tons. For 3,800 years, it was the tallest structure on Earth. The base is leveled to within just 2 centimeters across its entire 230-meter footprint. And nestled inside, slightly north of center, is the King's Chamber. Here's where it gets even stranger. The specific coordinate, 29.9792458 degrees north, doesn't just pass through the pyramid somewhere at random. According to some researchers, it passes directly through the King's Chamber itself, a tiny room, just 10 by 5 meters, inside a structure that covers 13 acres. The odds of that being accidental seems almost absurd. But hold on, science doesn't let us off that easy. Let's be honest about what the skeptics say, because they make some genuinely good points. First, that latitude line doesn't only pass through the pyramid, it passes through every point on Earth at that latitude. Saudi Arabia, China, the Gulf of Mexico, thousands of square miles of open ocean. Second, the pyramid is enormous. It spans roughly 2,000 different numerical latitude values, depending on exactly where you measure. The number 29.9792458 was cherry-picked from that range because it matched. Third, and this one's the kicker, the ancient Egyptians had no concept of meters. The metric system was invented in 1799 in France. They also had no concept of decimal degrees of latitude. That's a modern cartographic system, and Ola Rimmer didn't even attempt to measure the speed of light until 1676. The Egyptians built the pyramid around 2560 BC. That's a gap of over 4,000 years. For this to be intentional, the Egyptians would have needed to predict measurement systems that didn't exist and encode them in stone. And yet, the Great Pyramid has never stopped surprising us. We know the Egyptians aligned the pyramid's sides to the 4 cardinal directions with an accuracy of less than 0.05 degrees. We know they used stars to orient their structures, specifically Thuban, the pole star of their era. We know their understanding of geometry, astronomy, and mathematics was staggeringly advanced for 2500 BC. There's another claim that makes people pause. The Great Pyramid sits almost exactly at the geographic center of Earth's landmass, the point where the most land lies in every direction. In other words, out of every possible location on the planet, the Egyptians chose the one spot that sits at the mathematical center of the continents. Did they know? Could they have known? Modern surveys suggest, yes, roughly. That location genuinely is close to the centroid of Earth's land distribution. So where does that leave us? The skeptic is right that the speed of light latitude match almost certainly is a coincidence. A beautiful, jaw-dropping coincidence, but a coincidence. The numbers are real. The match is genuine. But the measurement systems required to notice that match didn't exist until thousands of years after the pyramid was built. But here's what I keep coming back to. Human beings 4,500 years ago were not primitive. They were brilliant, observant, and deeply motivated to understand the cosmos. And they built a structure so perfect, so precisely positioned, so mathematically rich, that we're still finding new things to wonder about inside it. Maybe the speed of light connection is nothing more than the universe winking at us, a beautiful accident of numbers. Or maybe, just maybe, our ancestors understood something about this planet's geometry that we're only just beginning to appreciate. 299,792,458 meters per second, 29.9792458 degrees north. One is the speed of light, the universe's ultimate speed limit carved into the laws of physics. The other is a coordinate on a rock in the desert, placed there by human hands 45 centuries ago. Whether it's coincidence or something more, I'll leave that up to you. But I will say this: some numbers are too beautiful to ignore.